This great American road trip took us to Central California. We flew to Sacramento and then drove to Point Reyes, north of San Francisco. We visited Armstrong Woods, Bodega Bay, and Point Reyes National Seashore before meandering south on Highway 1, heading into the city. We spent 2 days exploring San Francisco. We drove as far south as Big Sur. We visited 4 national parks: Pinnacles, Sequoia, Kings Canyon, and Yosemite. Well, good Monday morning. We spent Sunday traveling, flying to Sacramento, and then driving to where we are, which is north of San Francisco, Point Reyes Station. And this behind us is called the Berry Patch Cottage, and we are staying here 2 nights. And it's nice. You'll see some pictures of it. So today we're going to go up the coast. We're going to Bodega Bay, where they filmed The Birds. We're going to some redwoods, and then we're going to come back here, and if we have more time, we're going to explore more of the Point Reyes and the National Seashore. Isn't that nice? And there's the cottage. All right, we're off to explore the world into the rental Nissan tourist. Here we go. This is Armstrong Woods State Park, north of San Francisco, and it's spectacular. Here's our tourist. Where's the tourist? There you are. And it's so quiet here. And then look at this. Look at this. I mean, that's a big tree. We're going to see some bigger trees later, but this is so wonderful. It's so quiet.
And the smell, the pines, the smell.
Spectacular. So this is Bodega Head at Bodega Bay, California, and that's that Pacific Ocean out there. And if you remember, Bodega Bay is where Alfred Hitchcock shot The Birds back in the 50s, a classic horror film. And right here at Bodega Bay, we didn't see many remnants of the
There's a lot of pigeons,
movie.
however.
There's a lot of birds. There's turkey vultures and all kinds of pelicans and gulls and all that, but fortunately no crows that are here to kill us. So I'm a good 100 plus feet from where the waves are, and you can tell at some point today they've been up here. This is wet. So pretty nice stuff. Makes Dan happy being at the big waves on the Pacific. Isn't this beautiful? We're up on the hill above the Pacific. Point Reyes Seashore is over there. Pretty nice. Oh, and look at this. You'd get a single lane road going up here. You get this would, for advertising, this would be a great shot of the Nissan Sentra. And if they were being honest, they'd say, Nissan Sentra for people who don't care about cars. Don't stop in today. back in the day, Marconi and RCA, Radio Corporation of America, would broadcast Morse code to ships out in the Pacific Ocean from San Francisco. And they started a radio station called KPH because it was first based in the Palace Hotel in San Francisco. And then it moved a few different places. In 1930, they built this building here, and the Pacific Ocean is right over here. And they broadcast until 1977 in Morse code to ships at sea. And after that, they stopped the Morse code, but they did have regular broadcasts up until 1999. And this thing still operates Saturdays, I guess for historical purposes. So this is pretty cool. It's right on the Pacific coast. They've got towers down that way and down that way. And this thing does still operate as a radio station of some sort. I'm not sure what frequency. I'll look it up and I'll let you know in the down at the bottom of the screen there. I'll give you all that information. But this is a pretty cool place, a unique part of American history. It's the only place like this left in the world. And RCA planted this tunnel of trees. I'm not sure when, but these are cypress trees, tourist, is that right? Cedar. Oh yeah, cedar trees. So it's a tunnel of cedar trees that goes out to the highway, and you come down this tunnel and there you go. There it is, Point Reyes Lighthouse. Can't get down there today. There we go. Well, this has been fun out at the lighthouse here. Everybody who's here, of course, is from somewhere else, but if you're going to come here, you really got to want to get here. You don't just come across this place and say, hey, let's stop. So I've run into some really interesting folks. I got to get back to the car. I've been out here for like an hour talking to people. This last couple has visited every national park, including Samoa. So that was pretty interesting. All 50 states. A gentleman out there from England who's traveled around the world, just been everywhere, and keeps traveling. And that's kind of what it's all about. He talked of a couple he met in New Zealand. This was like their fourth trip around New Zealand, and I don't remember where they were from, but it wasn't New Zealand. And they keep saying, we love it, so we keep coming back, and we keep thinking it's going to be the last time. And because you just never know when the day is coming when you can't travel anymore. And that is why I travel. We've seen so many wonderful things, and you just can't get it in a video. You just can't. I wouldn't have met those people. I wouldn't have found out. I was standing in the surf down there yesterday, and I would have had no idea how cold the water was. I don't know, it's just those things that make travel imperative. and I are here, hair wind blown from riding the top of the Ho-Ho bus across the bridge. It was great. So there's the bridge. I really want to get down to that road there, but that's not going to happen. And San Francisco Bay, downtown, Alcatraz. We're not going to Alcatraz. No interest in that. The street we're going down is so steep we're sliding out of our seats. Here we are at Haight and Ashbury, and I just want to note that there's a Waymo, a autonomous vehicle, so that's a big deal. Yeah, Haight and Ashbury in San Francisco. I remember seeing a story on the NBC Nightly News about the hipsters that hung out. There's one now. Hung out at Haight and Ashbury in San Francisco. Pretty cool. So here we are. It's not quite Stonehenge, but it's one of those places I've always wanted to visit, and here we are.
Mecca.
Mecca, there we go. And soon our favorite tourist will come from that way. And here she is now, as if on cue. Painted ladies, skyline, iconic. I was just telling our friends here that they aren't as brightly colored as I've seen in many of the photos.
They've gotten subdued.
Subdued, I guess. Still, pretty cool.
Survived earthquakes.
They have. This is Treasure Island. And we're looking back at the city, of course. Oakland Bay Bridge, the city. The Golden Gate is there, and Alcatraz. Hey boys and girls, welcome to the Sequoia National Park. Just wanted to point out that tree right there is the General Sherman, and it's the largest tree on Earth. This tree is just huge. It doesn't have a name, I don't think, but look, it just goes on and on and on. Just amazing. So this one's so big you can walk through it. Here it is, Saturday, Sequoia National Park. We've been up to Kings Canyon. We're on our way back to our hotel, and here is Morro Rock. They tell me there are 300 plus steps going up the rock. And don't be out here when there's lightning, and I won't, but there is a little rain. So here we go. It's huge. .330 steps, and it's 10,000 feet straight down once you get to the top. Whew. And we're at a little elevation, so you'll excuse me if I get a little winded. Yeah, I can do this. Look at that view. Look at these steps. I'm guessing I'm about halfway up. A great view. Lots more steps and a great view.
Jeff!
Yeah.
Coming?
Yes, honey. Would you like a photo?
And this is it, the end, the top of Morro Rock. It's pretty cool. Check out the view from up here. 10,000 feet down that way. I'm not going out there. 10,000 feet down this way. This is one of the neatest places I've been, and I'm glad I hiked up. Now gravity is my friend. Hey boys and girls, here we are at Yosemite.
Isn't that Yosemite?
See, and let this be a lesson to you. Do not ever say Yosemite because it sticks in your head and you can't change it.
Yeah, but the leader of the free world called it Yosemite.
Yeah, okay, I'm surprised he didn't call it Trump. So, and he's always right, and he's really smart. He says so. Yosemite, say it after me. Yosemite.
Yosemite.
They're good job. We'll shut off the camera now before you change. All right? There's a shot you won't forget. What a sight. This is Glacier Peak, I think. Obviously Half Dome, Yosemite Valley. My burning question of the day is, what happened to the other half?
So,
little underdressed for
You can
this
sit in the
bus.
back because we have a bride.
One more moment.
One more. I love it.
ハイヒールじゃないのかね。
This is the Mariposa Grove of the Giants. These are sequoias. Okay, beautiful. Here's our tourist. Yes. Trees. We love the trees. The video just doesn't even come close. You gotta come here. All right, kids, we're in Mariposa, California. Yosemite is just up the mountain. Speed limits aren't even a thing. You can just drive as fast as you want. It doesn't matter. But they're serious about watching for the pedestrians, which is good. Here's what it looks like. Push button to turn on warning lights.
Wait for traffic.
And there you go.
And cross with caution.
And then we wait for traffic. Let's go. Look at that. We've got electric lights in the road. I like it because they're serious about watching for pedestrians. There's a pedestrian now.